Good morning. It is Monday, June 1st, 7:40 a.m. I'm just pulling off from the house. I turned on my apps while sitting at the house and quickly got an Uber Eats for Taco Bell, $11.52 for 3.8 miles. It's a great way to start the day, huh? I rarely get big, juicy orders like this when I'm sitting at the house, but I did last night before I went out for dinner. The dinner rush, and then I got it today. Something in my cart stinks. I need to clean it out and figure out what the heck I'm smelling. I bought a bunch of new fishing bait the other day, lures and stuff, and they all have like a weird little scent to them. I wonder if that's what I'm smelling. But this Taco Bell, y'all are tired of looking at my face. This is down the road here. A little look at Dasher J's neighborhood. I gotta have a new goal for first few days of the week, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. They're just not as busy, especially this time of year. Although I am able to come out a little earlier because the wife of Dasher J has a vehicle now. So we got the wife a 2025 Mazda CX-5 back in March. So she doesn't have to depend on me to give her rides to and from work. So that makes a big difference, actually. So I don't have to go home or leave in the middle of my dinner rush, especially at 5 o'clock to go pick her up from work. So that's actually like more money in my pocket, even though now we took on another car payment. This thing's paid off, so we still only have one payment. That was kind of my goal, was to get this paid off and then get another car. Because I don't want to have two payments at once, because screw that. But I kind of cheated there, cut through that parking lot. Taco Bell's right here on the right. Hopefully this order isn't stolen because the pay is really... Forgot about that. I have the Uber app overlaying everything, so when I get close to my pickup, it just automatically ends the video. But as I was saying, hopefully this order is actually there and it's not stolen because the pay is really good. But I think I've delivered to this person several times. I haven't looked at it yet, but just by the address, they're generally a good tipper, so I'm confident this order will be here. Hopefully. Nothing on the shelf yet. Oh, it's cold in here. Holy cow. Oh, we'll see if I can get some help. Yep, order was stolen. She said somebody just picked it up like 5 minutes ago. I'm like, well, yeah, they kept it. So, unbelievable. So I hurried to leave the house for nothing. But whatever. We'll drive back towards our zone and see if we can pick up something on DoorDash. Let's see. Well, I got something fairly quick right after I canceled that Uber order. That was stolen. So annoying. Once I looked at the order, saw what they ordered, as I was walking in, I kind of had a feeling it might have been stolen because they just ordered like 3 or 4 items that are all like the $1.99 items. And the tip was like a $10 tip. I'm like, why would you leave a $10 tip when your order is like $8? But you never know. Some people are generous. Very few are as generous as that. But I got one quickly. Not a good one at all. As a matter of fact, if I wasn't on Monday morning, I wouldn't take it. No. It is $5.41 for 4.1 miles. Yeah, that's a bad one. But it's at the McDonald's right where I normally sit, and the customer is like across the street from that McDonald's. So basically, all the driving is just going up in the direction that I was about to go anyway. So might as well make some money off of it. So $5.40 for 4.1 miles. Man, this will never not be crazy to me. So I pick up the order. Everything was fine. I was just sitting there waiting. There's a reason why I was sitting there waiting and nobody was picking it up. I pick it up, get it delivered. I mean, it's close. It was like 2 minutes from McDonald's. And kid answers the door, handed it to him. He was too cool. He was a cool kid. Oh, thank you, man. Oh, thank you. Hand him the food, close out the order, no tip. It's crazy. The part that's crazy to me is people coming to the door to take their order when they don't tip you. They're having the nerve to show their face. It's $5.40 for 4.1 miles. So I figured there was like a $3 tip on it or something. Because around here, I don't know about your markets, the base pay has changed. Everything isn't just $2 anymore. It changed. Even before gas went up, it changed. Most of my orders are $2.40 base pay now. I don't know why it changed. But they're all not the same. Most of the time it's $2.40. Sometimes it's like $2.30. Other times it's $2.10. And other times it's $2.70. So if you get a no-tip order, a lot of the times it'll just be $2.40 for however miles. I don't know how they determine, what's what or whatever, but at least it's not just $2. I mean, I guess it's a step in the right direction, although it's not enough. But over a long amount of time, for an extra 40 cents per order does add up. If you're doing 20 orders a day, that's an extra $10, something like that, or somewhere in that ballpark, $8. Anyways, moving on. Right when I dropped that off, I got this order. Now, mind you, these orders aren't going to be probably as good as the ones I was getting yesterday, and you have to accept that because it's a Monday morning. You kind of got to take what you can get. This is like $10.40 for 8 miles, but the restaurant was north of me and the customer south of me, so I'm driving north to grab the food and come back south. It's kind of keeping me in the same area. So I went ahead and accepted it. So being a Monday morning, you never know what orders are going to be like. So if you can get a $10 order that's over $1 per mile and not taking you into a crazy area far away from everything, I would say just take it because, no, it's not a good order, but it's better than nothing. Better than sitting there. So we'll get this taken care of, and hopefully there's a tip on this one. All right, well, I got that $10 for 8 miles dropped off. It was a $4.50 tip with, I think it said $6.50 base pay. Or no, $6.10 base pay is what it was. So at least there's a little bit of a tip on there, but still, they kind of order from damn near across town and tip $4. It's not ideal, but it wasn't a nightmare order at least. Now I've just accepted an offer that I would normally never fucking take. This is a McDonald's, and I'm only accepting it because it's straight in front of me and it's going across the street from the McDonald's. It's $4.70 for 2.3 miles. I hate that I'm taking this order, but this McDonald's is always quick, so I know that I'll be able to walk in there and just grab it. That's pretty much the only reason why I took this. And I'll probably, hopefully, get an order right after I drop this off. So, wish me luck. We'll see how it goes. Ready right when I walked in. As expected. It's going right across the street. I'll basically be able to show you where it's going. I guess the trees are kind of blocking it, but straight back over there. Portillo's. Delivering to a restaurant again. Portillo's is a place I usually pick up from. You can get a lot of good orders from there. But now they're the customer. And cheap tippers. But I kind of get it because they're just right across the street. So we'll get this dropped off. This will put us around $20. So an okay start. All right, well, that one was quick and easy. $4.70 for 2.3 miles. I'm very much against taking those orders. I went against my own rules there. But here's the reason why I'm against stuff like that. Yeah, it was over $2 a mile, right? Sure, okay. One of the big reasons I don't take stuff like that, even though the mileage makes sense, is, for one, snags. I only took that one because that McDonald's is always on top of it. The last thing you want to do is take a $4 order, then have to wait 10 minutes for it to be done. That took literally 7 minutes from the time I accepted it to the time I dropped it off. That's over $35 an hour. Average. So snags is number one. Just principle, number 2, just for tipping so low. Like, I don't know, $2 tips are just a slap in the face. They just are. It was a $2.25 tip, which, I mean, obviously that's better than the no tip order that I got earlier this morning for my first order, but at least they tipped something. So that's number 2. And then number 3 is FOMO, fear of missing out. Not so much during breakfast hours when it's not quite as busy, but if it's like a Sunday at 6 p.m. dinner rush and you're taking those orders, you are missing out on the juicy ones. I'm telling you, like, especially if you're in a decent sized market where it does get busy, you're taking those $4.70 orders. That's great news to me because I'm behind you declining it, and I'm taking that $16 for 4-mile order. That's right behind it. These apps, they're never gonna, like, say you're driving into a hot zone and you're waiting for offers, and you get close enough to the hot zone where the orders start rolling in. These apps are almost never going to give you the best orders first. They aren't. They're going to offer you all the shit that nobody else has picked up because they're trying to get it picked up. There's no reason why. What would be the incentive of them sending you the $10 for 2-mile offers when they got these $4 for 5-mile offers out there waiting to be picked up? DoorDash doesn't care if you make money. They care that the orders get picked up. That's all they care about. So that's my argument against acceptance rate. Is like, it does not matter. It just absolutely does not matter. I know some people in like small towns they're like, oh, if you're not platinum, I can't get any offers. That may be true. I don't know. My advice for that is, if you're in a small enough town where you have to depend on your acceptance rate to get offers, dashing probably isn't, something you need to be doing, because it's not going to be profitable, most likely. Thankfully, I'm in an area where I could pick and choose. I mean, I've sat there and I've declined 10, 20, 30 offers in a row while sitting in a parking lot, just to finally get down to the juicy ones, and all of a sudden it's $28 stacked order for 6 miles, and you wait an extra 15 or 20 minutes, but it's worth it. Very much worth it. So, I guess that works better if you're on schedule, because I know a lot of people, they don't schedule their shifts. I recommend you do that too. Just, there's no penalty if you schedule yourself to be on shift all day and then you don't end up working. There's no penalty for that. So I'm on schedule every day from 7:30 a.m. to midnight. Do I work till midnight? Never. But I'm always on schedule for that. So if you're on schedule for an extended period of time, be picky, especially if you're in a large market. Get close to some restaurants that generally have a reputation for putting out some good orders that get good tips, and sit there and decline until you get something worth it, especially with $5 a gallon gas. I'm more about saving my gas than I am about what I'm making hourly at this point. Hourly used to be somewhat important when gas was half the price that it is now. But now it's just like, no, I want to make the most amount of dollars for the least amount of gas. You got to squeeze the life out of these gig apps. Don't let these gig apps fool you into thinking that, oh, you got to take this to qualify for better offers. No. Look at me last night. I did what? I think I did 5 or 6 orders last night for dinner, and I made $85 just by doing 5 or 6 orders. 2 of them were batched. I think I did I accepted 4 separate offers total. It ended up being like 6 orders because a couple of them were batched. And I made $85 in 2 hours and 10 minutes. My acceptance rate is under 10%, always. I mean, I'm not actively like, oh, I got to keep it below 10%, but it just is, because I do not accept shit. I say that, of course, after taking $4.70 for 2.3 miles. But that's my reason why I don't normally accept those orders. So, rant over. Hopefully, my advice works for you. Also, I forgot to mention that I accepted another offer. $10.60 for 8.6 miles. Not a lot of good offers today, but it's a Monday. So, like I said, just kind of take what you can get. It's over $1 per mile. Ideally over $1 per mile, over $10, which I've gotten a couple of those. So that's good. Turn this around here. Y'all are tired of looking at my face. We're right by the mall here. You get a lot of offers for the mall during lunch and dinner, but unless I'm right here, I've learned a trick of like where you can park to get into the food court quick and get in and out. Gotta park in front of the Barnes and Nobles. But other than that, if I'm not already in this area when I get the offer, I don't take mall orders. Mall orders, if you order on DoorDash and Uber Eats and Grubhub, if you can avoid it, try not to order from malls, because it is a pain in the ass to do mall orders. Find it parking at the mall, and then you got to walk through the mall to get to the food court. If you're ordering from the mall, make sure you're generous with your tipping, because it's just a nightmare. I almost never accept them. So I used to actually order from Sbarro occasionally before I started doing this. And I was dumb and naive. I didn't know what Dashers got paid. You know, I thought, you know, they were making $5 or $6 per order plus whatever the tip was. So I thought like tipping $4 for every order was fine. And I didn't realize distance was such a factor and all that. I figured they got, you know, compensated. Which, I mean, back then, everything was mileage pay. So you did get compensated for mileage, but it wasn't enough. Like it was, you know, an 8-mile delivery, you might have made an extra 70 cents over a 4-mile delivery, that kind of thing. So like it wasn't enough to make a difference really. But yeah, I used to order Sbarro occasionally on DoorDash. Once I started doing it on my own, I realized how much of a pain it was, and I was like, oh man, I feel so bad making Dashers go to the mall for my $4. But yeah, so avoid malls if you can. Get this dropped off. See you soon. All right, so I got that $10 for 8 miles order delivered. I am at $30.36, and I just had one come through. I got all the way back to my hot zone, by the way, parked in the Chick-fil-A parking lot. That seems to be the hot spot. I have the best luck getting offers while sitting in the Chick-fil-A parking lot. It just seems to work out that way. I don't know why. This is a Starbucks. It is $10 for 2.5 miles. It is a regular customer. I've probably delivered to this customer more than any other customer on any platform. I wouldn't be surprised if I've delivered to this person over 200 times in the 4 years I've been doing this. And her tips are always $6 on up. Almost always Starbucks. I did deliver. I delivered food to her the other day. What was it? Was it Wendy's? Can't remember. It was food. She tipped like $4 or $5 or $5 or $6 for that. But this is $10 for 2.5 miles. The Starbucks knows who she is, and when I walk in the door, they know what I'm picking up. It's pretty funny. So. $10, 2.5 miles. This will put me at $40, which, as the OG Dasher J subscribers will know, that is my goal before 11 a.m. What time is it right now? First, I go to flip the camera around, and the Uber overlay pops up. 9:13 a.m. We are at Starbucks. All right, let's have some fun. Or maybe let's just have a complete disaster. Just got an offer. Target and Panera Bread stacked order $18 for 17 miles. The Target order is going way the hell outside of town. And it's one little item, like a juicer or something. So I took a risk. I went ahead and accepted it, and I dropped the Target portion of the order, and I'm just going to do the Panera Bread. The Panera Bread portion is like, I don't know what the pay is. That's where the fun part is. It's 2 items. It's like 2 miles. So whatever it is, it's at least going to be no tip, $2.30 for 2 miles, at the very least, because the drop-off is just down the road. So I'm just going to do the Panera portion. Hopefully it's like a $4 or $5 tip. And then I don't waste my time. Made the right call. I'm not wasting my time doing that Target order. So I didn't got anything for about 15 minutes. So I figured, let's take some risks for the video, have some fun. It's not a huge risk because the mileage isn't far at all. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, so it's a little Panera Bread order. Tiny little bag. I have a feeling this experiment is not going to go well. Probably no more than $5, I would imagine. I bet you this is less than $5 when it's all said and done. And while I'm here, not confident. Little doctor's office right here. It wasn't far at all, but I've never delivered to this person. I don't think I've ever even delivered to this building, and it's right here in my hot zone. So chances are, if I've ever gotten these offers before, I've declined them because they were shitty. So I'm not expecting much. We'll find out. All right, well, it turned out to actually be worth it. Even though the tip was completely disrespectful and awful. I would rather them just not tip at all. But it was $6.25 base pay with a $1 tip. So, or $5.25. I'm sorry. It was $6.25 total is what I paid out with a $1 tip. People tipping $1. I don't know. And she was sitting at the desk and I handed it to her. It's a dentist office. So I know she's not broke. And it's like $1. Like, come on. I don't know. That's a slap in the fucking face. But whatever. I mean, that's the risk I took. So, can't really complain about it, right? Still paid $6.25 for like 2 miles. So that's actually a really good order. Even though the tip was terrible. Thank you, DoorDash, for that base pay. About time you did something right. So yeah, I'm still in my hot zone. So just waiting for something else to come through. I'm at like $46, $47. It is 9:53. So I have over an hour until I even get to 11 o'clock, which is my $40 goal is 11. So I should fly by that. So that's good. See you soon. All right, stopped to get a little brekkie, as they say in the UK. Got some breakfast. And got this Chick-fil-A order came through. $9.10. 7.8 miles. I almost didn't take it. I was on the fence. I don't mind the positioning of where it's leaving me. It's kind of in a decent spot. But I kind of just wanted to keep it rolling. Wasn't sure if I'd get anything else decent in the next hour. So we'll just keep it moving. This will put me at $55-ish. 10:14 a.m. Strap this seatbelt on real quick. Customer is 15 minutes away though, so this will take me up until about 10:30. Hopefully we can get one more before 11 and the real lunch rush hits. All right, delivered that Chick-fil-A. It was $9.10 for 7.8 miles, but it was a $6 tip. There's a Chick-fil-A that's a little closer that they could have ordered from. But whatever. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was $6 tip at least. So, on my way back to my hot zone, passing through a smaller hot zone on the way back to my hot zone, I got this offer, $7.40 for 4.3 miles. Something I've never heard of, or I think it's a new restaurant, a Mexican restaurant. It said TacoMex.co or something like that. I don't think that's the name of the restaurant, but anyway, so I thought it was Taco Bell at first, but it's not Taco Bell. I think there's a new Mexican restaurant in this little strip mall over here off this road that this order is for. So I guess we'll find out together. See you in a minute. All right, so it really is a place called Taco Mex. It is in this strip mall here. This place has been a bunch of different things. It was just recently a soul food place, I think. Now it's a Mexican joint, so we'll go see what it's like. Hello, my friend. Looking for Jose. Already got that order picked up. It's a new restaurant, so obviously they're still kind of figuring things out. They gave me horchatas. They had 2 horchatas in the order, and they put them in this tray, which is normal, a carrier. There's 2 of them. And problem is the drinks don't fit. And on top of that, I guess they're trying to make it easier for the drivers, but they put the carrier inside of a bag with the drinks in the carrier and then the bag tied up so you can just carry it by the bag, which is a great theory unless the drinks don't fit in the cup holder. So I walked out, went and set them on my seat in my car, and both drinks just toppled over inside the bag. Thankfully, the lids stayed on. I only lost a real little bit of horchata, but I had to like carefully rip it open and then get the cups upright and pull them out. Now that I got them in my cup holders, but I don't know, those kinks need to be ironed out. But nonetheless, this order is actually going right by my house, so I didn't realize that when I accepted it. So not too bad. Taking me right towards my hot zone too. All right, so it's been a little while. I did accept an offer, a stacked order. It was like $18.70 for 10 miles. It was a Home Depot pickup, not a shop and deliver, but a pickup, and a Chick-fil-A order, both going to Belvedere, which is the next town over, about 5 or 6 miles east of Rockford. So I accepted it. Got to Home Depot, got to the service desk where you pick up the DoorDash orders, and somebody had already picked it up like 15 or 20 minutes ago. So I'm like, all right, no problem. Which on DoorDash, that's not always a bad thing. Or usually isn't for me, at least, because instead of just marking in the app that somebody picked up the order and dropping it altogether, at least for me it works. Every single time I contact support in the chat, I speak to an agent. I get on the chat, I say speak to an agent. Then an automated text comes back, oh, well, you could just let us know what it is and maybe we can help you. Say speak to an agent again. And then they will finally connect you to an agent, tell them what happened, and every single time I've done that, I've gotten half pay. So I got $5.25 just to drive across the street to Home Depot for them to tell me that the order was no longer there. But then I was kind of on the fence. That left me with just the Chick-fil-A order to drive all the way out to Belvedere. Since the half pay was $5.25, that means the Home Depot order was $10.50, which would make that Chick-fil-A order like $7 because it was $18 pay up front. So I went ahead and I just dropped the Chick-fil-A order. I didn't want to risk driving all the way out to Belvedere for $7. So I did take a hit for that one on my completion rate or whatever. You have to stay above 90%. I'm down to like 92, so I need to. Oh, 5 days. Seriously, it keeps knocking me off. Uber Eats order was coming through. I'm already on one, $9.30 for 3 miles exactly for Alibaba Mediterranean place. And that was an add-on for. I was hesitant to take it because I don't like picking up from Five Guys. $6.20 for 1 mile, 1.1 miles, I think. Additionally, I was hesitant, but I accepted it because Five Guys, they don't even start the fries until you get there. So even if the burger's done, they won't drop the fries until you get there. So it's an automatic 5-minute wait every time you're in there. And for $6, is it really worth it? But I went ahead and accepted it. So we're at Alibaba now. This ends up being like a $15 double order, $15.50 for 4 miles. That's pretty good. Anyways, yeah, DoorDash, I'm at 92% completion rate. You need to stay above 90 before they deactivate you, so I need to rein that in a little bit and get my completion percentage back up. That way I still have the freedom to drop orders if I need to for whatever reason. So don't be afraid to drop orders either, especially on Uber Eats, because Uber Eats, I think you only have to stay above 80%. Grubhub, I don't like because they're not clear. At least from what I can tell, there's no way to find in the app what your completion rate is. Like if you drop orders, I've just found out that if you drop 2 or 3 in a day, they'll give you a violation. they'll give you violations. So I kind of limit my drops on Grubhub, which also makes me limit how often I take Grubhub orders, because I don't want to have to, say if I take it to Grubhub orders like $7 for 5 miles, I accept it. And then I get an Uber Eats order that's $15 for 5 miles. It's like I'm obviously going to drop the Grubhub, but, you know. Anyways, Alibaba, Mediterranean food. Let's go pick it up. How's it going, man? Got a drop off or a pick up for Jennifer. Uber Eats. No problem. I got a cool little gelato spot over here. Some Middle Eastern desserts. Never had the gelato here. Have to check it out one of these days. Okay, double order complete. It was easy. I'll turn this around. You're all tired of looking at me all the time. The Five Guys order was actually ready, which is rare because normally they don't start the fries until you walk in the door as a dasher. So that's good news. So I got that done quick and easy. $15 and change for, what was it, 4 miles? Not even. I quickly got another double order. This one is on DoorDash. I just picked it up at his Panera. $13.30 for 5 miles. So this is going to put us like at $99, maybe $100. And it is only $12.09. So we are having a great Monday, actually. Mondays are typically decent around here because I think just a lot of people just don't feel like cooking after the weekend. So Mondays, I get a lot of business. So this put us, oops, my bad, close to $100. We'll get these dropped off. It'll put us closer to $12.30, probably about $12.25 by the time I drop both of these off. And we are off and running on the Monday lunch rush. Look at me going against my own rules again. I was very, very hesitant to take this. $18 for 11 miles, stacked order. Same restaurant, but guess where I'm at? I'm at the mall. Kobe's Teriyaki. No, everybody's favorite mall has that teriyaki joint. That's what this is. Yeah, 18 and change for 11 miles. But I feel like taking a break. And this order is taking me back towards my house. So that's what kind of why I took it. That's also kind of getting to the tail end of lunch rush. So I'm definitely probably not going to get another $18 offer before the end of the lunch rush. So I went ahead and accepted it. This mall is actually surviving all right. Still got a Zoomies. Most of the shops, especially on the bottom floor, Hot Topic, are still full. I mean, it's not nearly as busy as it was 20 years ago, but food court's still full. The Thai place is actually really good here. China Walk, Subway, Charlie's Cheesesteaks. So yeah. We'll get these orders picked up and be on our way. Whew. I like that. Sort of. It's $18 for 11 miles. The tips were $3 and $3.50. Paid $18, mind you. Why do I like that? Because DoorDash was forced to pay up. I mean, those tips are shitty. Both orders were just an order of teriyaki chicken, so it's just small orders. But you're ordering from the mall and you're ordering from 11 miles away. That's crazy. But anyway, I did pay $18. Shout out to DoorDash for at least picking up the slack on that one. Now, what's even better about that order, which I didn't even really think about, is it takes me right down here to the river. You know what happens when your boy Dasher J has a drop off near the river, right? It's time to rip some lips. Do a little fishing. So I'm gonna take a little break here. pull up to my spot. This is my spot where I normally fish too, so I know exactly where to go, exactly where to drop the line, the whole deal. Got some YMCA kids out here enjoying the outdoors on this beautiful day. 73 degrees. Nice and comfortable. Mix of sun and clouds. This is my spot. Sorry about not wearing my seatbelt, but I didn't have far to go. And these little fuckers. It's like they know they're federally protected. I hate these damn geese. See you soon. Back again. It's been a few hours. I finished off that double order from the mall. Did some fishing. Bought my daughter some lunch. Dropped that off to her. Played a little PlayStation. Took her to her tumbling class for cheerleading. And now we are back out here. It is 5:50. I've got my first order of the dinner rush right here with me. It is a Raising Cane's. $12 and something for 7.3 miles on Uber Eats. It is going to the west side. It was kind of a tough one. I didn't really want to take it, but it has the potential for a hidden tip, but it's just one Caniac combo, so I highly doubt it's going to be a hidden tip. It's going to be like a $10 tip though, so I mean that's a good tip for only one order of food. So grateful for that. So yeah, about to cross the river over here, get this dropped off. This will put us around the $130 range. I'm gonna say somewhere in that $129, $130. And I'm gonna stay out here for at least another hour and a half, probably, or so, hour at least. See how I feel. I'm not that motivated. Unfortunately, when I'm not that motivated, I start to decline offers that I might normally take. Just because I'm feeling lazy and unmotivated. But we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get something decent here after I drop this off. I'll let you know.